Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome once again. It's Disturbate here from raceonoz.com. Here tonight, bringing you Race Spec Esports back on F1 2019 on the PlayStation 4. I'm back here again tonight, rejoined by Ben. How you going, Ben?
Good afternoon. How are we all tonight?
Very well, very well. And yeah, tonight we are racing at Canada, eh?
Yes, we are, and
Race round 7.
yes, and good to be back. So,
Sure, we've got some great action coming ahead for us tonight, and a few things to clear up actually from last week's round in Monaco.
yeah, so just
Before we get started with everything tonight.
would you just like to fill me in on what happened last week?
Well, we had a pretty action-packed race, that's for sure, at Monaco, and for the first time this season we've actually had a different round winner in James, and as F1 Amazing Hour actually failed to finish after crashing out all by himself midway through the race, so that was quite a shock to see that. And in fact, he is also, some of you may not notice that he's not here tonight, not racing, and that is because he has actually been handed a one-race ban for an incident involving him and Leprovic also during the Monaco race, which is quite a shock.
Yeah. So, and as qualifying has begun, not sure if you can see this, but there looks like to be some spots of rain here and there. So
It does. So this could be quite interesting. Looks weather may play a factor in this one, so that will be good to see. Actually, might mix things up a little bit, but we shall see how that all pans out as qualifying does get underway. It looks like we've got a few going deep there already.
oh, we've got players also there.
So of course, just going back to that, your championship leader, F1 Amazing Hour, not racing tonight due to a one-race ban, and probably so that'll be 2 races in a row that he won't score any points. Of course, he has won every other round, so it's not going to make a massive difference. But for the guys behind, it's a chance for them to build a gap for their own championship intentions. So we've got Plevs, we have Sir LJB and James all sitting on equal second in the standings right now on 66 points.
Yes, that is correct.
66 points each, so that is quite amazing after 6 rounds. We've got 3 guys on equal points on second spot, and following them in 4th spot will be 5th spot. Who's at 3rd spot? I don't know. Anyway, it's a bit complicated. We have 3 people on equal points. Is 40 He's also only 2 points behind that group of 3. So there's 4 guys still fighting for that second spot, and they want to get back up there. They want to get up close to Amazing Hour. This is their chance to do it, and we can definitely see there's a bit of reduced grip on track at the moment as the cars are going off track. So this could play. This will be about getting a lap time in as quickly as possible. Now I'm going to shut up now for a minute, and we're going to concentrate on what's going on here, because we've got a few times set already. LJB with a 1:18.5, closely followed by Plebs as well. So
Yeah, so as the Starboat has said, it's all about trying to get a lap time in early before it gets too wet out on track. It's all about trying to get in the lap time. As you can see there, the rain is starting to come down pretty hard now.
Certainly coming down now. So we've got Zeffy there on, he's already on the inters, and El Tonki is going around on the wet, on the soft tyres.
So, and we have Leprovic here.
So
On the inters as well.
He's out in the inters. So I think most people are going to be out in the inters by now. There was not much grip there on those soft tyres, as you could see a couple of times. El Tonki was going a little bit too deep in a lot of those corners. Let's check what James is up to. No, he's just pitted.
Do you think it's too early to be putting the inters on?
It's really hard to say. The track looks alright condition. It's not raining too hard, but it may be a matter of how can you switch these tyres on. That will be the question if you're running the slicks. Not too sure what the track temperature is at the moment, but Todd's out on the hard tyres, which is an interesting choice.
Any time we can put in here.
Doesn't better his time. He's almost a second slower on his previous time, so I dare say the slick time has passed. I'm not too sure what tyres LJB set his time on, whether that was inters or on slicks. I'm sorry we missed that.
Oh, he's hit the wall there. He's clobbered the wall then, so that's going to definitely take some time out. He's followed the rock now in the Renault.
The rock and the medium tyres.
So
there's still a few having a go on the slicks. Still thinking that they've got, you know, enough in it. Doesn't look like he's going for lap. He must be on an in lap.
oh, he's in the pits.
And Thompson's finishing off his in lap now as well.
Oh, he's
Another one on soft tyres is also struggling to get the car stopped.
Mars there, you're going. Probably 42.2 now on the soft tyres. But some people still thinking that it's ideal conditions to run the softs or slick tyres. But you would have to think that any time now people would be thinking, alright, it's time for inters. This is all about trying to get in lap time in early.
Let's see what 40 can do, because he's going to come close.
Oh, he goes
he does,
pole.
18.1, so he's provisional pole. So this is a good show there by 40, because I don't know if the track condition is going to get any better with 10 minutes of the session remaining.
Okay.
Whether the pace is in those intermediate tyres. Kaisen's out there again on soft tyres as well. Let's see what he can do. He's running an 8 point. He's 7 tenths behind 40 there at the moment. Let's see what he's able to do. So he's 4 tenths up on his previous time already, which is not bad. So maybe there is still a bit of grip out there. It's just a matter of finding it. He's backed out of that one. Yeah, he's lost a lot of time there. He's down 2 tenths.
Yeah, so he's pulled over and letting the other drivers go through now, so look if it goes past.
Bailing out of that time, or Tuskus out on the slicks as well. Tonki again out on the slicks, but he's way down. Billy on the hards and he stacks it into the wall. We just joined him just as that happened. Oh dear, so those hards definitely not getting any grip whatsoever. Guy's going for another lap here. Maybe he's just wanted to get a bit more heat in those tyres. Oh, a bit of understeer there, you can see the car pushing. Just to the front complaining, the rear's complaining as he goes out of the corner. I don't know if that's going to be much good to him.
As I can see, I'm not sure if this is the same in Monaco, but looks to be a few different driver changes here and there. So, Cosmo's gone right.
He's gone off there. So I don't think that lap's going to do much. See what Suskas is up half a second on his current time, which will get him up at the.
Oh, he's gone.
There. Oh, he's just slugged the wall of champions.
Very wide there.
He's
almost drift action there, so
he's lost all his time there. He was up a bit, but meanwhile, Banana Josh has moved up in the second spot.
Fantastic job from Banana Josh
with an 18.2. So there is still a little bit of grip out there. You've just got to find it.
The race directors have not called off a DRS yet, so they're still thinking that it's ideal conditions to be running the slick tyres.
Guys, and now he fails again. Seems to be having a bit of trouble, Kaizen.
He's joining Suscast now.
Let's go with LJB now, who's gone out again on the hard, on the softs, on his outlap. And Plebs is not far behind, I'm assuming.
Looks like the rain has kind of settled down a bit.
Let's go with Plebs now as he's starting his lap. He's on the softs as well. What can Plebs do? Can he make up that 4/10 to pole position? Let's see. Turn 1. Gets the apex there. Keeps it tight around turn 2. Oh, the rear steps out, he's gone.
Oh no.
The rear end just did not want to know about it. So that was that lap done.
So
the grip definitely wasn't on the inside of turn 2, that's for sure. So can LJB, can he improve? Let's see what he can do.
We're joining now. It's all about being patient.
Actually, was there a bit of spray coming off the tyres there? I don't know whether it was just a bit of haze or spray. Anyway, he goes tight around turn 2, but drifts out a little bit wider, which is nice. That seems to be where the grip is. Gets it going. And he's slightly up on his time.
And Zeppy's just put in the fastest time with a 17.9.
Zeppy with a 17.9. Wow, that's a fantastic time.
So there is still grip out there on slick tyres.
Was Zeppy on the slicks? I'm not 100% sure.
Have to find out and see. Yes, he is on the soft tyres.
All on the soft tyres.
So, what can Sir JB do here?
And he is 3/10 up now, so he is improving. But now he needs to find 6/10 over the whole lap to lock up that. So what can he do in the final sector? Can he find that extra time? It's going to be all about the final chicane, as close as possible to the Wall of Champions, but not quite on it. He's a little bit conservative through there. What can he do? And LJB with a 17.5. He just found all the time in this last sector. Wow, what a lap from LJB.
Fantastic time
there. He's just found an absolute gob of time there in sector 3.
I don't know where he's found that time, but
absolutely smashed Zeppy there. Great effort there from LJB. Zeppy pits. Suscast now on another outlap. He's gone onto the soft tyres by the looks of it. What can he do, if anything? There's only 4.5 minutes remaining of the session. Spilly still out there on the hard tyres, so is he just going to try for some sort of alternate strategy?
Toddster's just put in the fastest lap of a 1:17.4.
Toddster. Wow.
On soft tyres as well, so the rain seems to have eased up and they are starting to find more and more grip here and there.
So Kaiser's going out on the inters. Meanwhile we've got James here. He's going for another quick one. Currently a 10.5 up on his best time. But he needs to find 1.4 seconds to get anywhere near that pole. Last week's race winner. He'd be looking to double up on that one today, but what can he do?
He's 7/10 up on his previous best.
Good stack of time found in sector 2 there. Now it's all about the exit here. And then that final chicane.
So with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the session, the current top 3 are Toddster, Sir LJB and Zeppy.
Across the curbs. This could be good. Let's see what he can do.
Moves up to 5th.
So he's still 0.6 of a second behind Toddster there.
With 2 minutes left in the session to go.
Great lap by Toddster though. Great lap. Plebs is going out for another run. Billy moved up to 12th on the hard tyres. Oh, a bit of a lag spike there. So he managed to set time on those hard tyres. mind you, still quite a fair bit down. Plebs now just finishing off another outlap. She'll be starting. What can Plebs do? Plebs looking to get a good starting position and keep the starting position by the end of lap 1, which he hasn't been able to do over the past few races, and sometimes through no fault of his own. Goes out right actually to the pit wall there to get a nice sort of clean entry into turn 1. Goes wide, drifts out a little bit more, that's better, keeps the power down nicely.
Tonki has left, retired from the session, and his qualifying is over. The following sorry, not Sir JB, Plebs is 8/10 already up on his time.
So it looks like the track is starting to evolve.
Lordy Lord!
He held on to that one. That was a fantastic, but he would have lost a fair bit of time there.
Oh, some speedway action there.
Doing a bit of rallying on the tarmac, but geez, how he held on to that, I would never know.
I got there, how it's up a bit. Definitely sure his heart.
So he's only 5/10, so he's lost a bit of time, obviously, as he would.
And he's probably skipped a few heartbeats there, but
what can he do in this final sector? Because we saw was LJB found a stack of time in his final sector. Can Plevs deliver the same result? Can he move himself up the order a bit? Jumps across the curbs, nice and close to the wall of champions. I think this looks pretty good.
Across the line, moves him up to
third
P.
fastest, still 4/10 off there.
So, is he going to go for another run? 29 seconds left in the session. He joined Zeppy here. P4.
Oh, Zeppy gets a bit tail happy there in the chicane. I think he's going to be a little bit down on his time.
Oh, he's
half a second slower. Just in the first sector.
Lepovic has left. We're joining Banana Josh now.
Banana Josh, he's a little bit slower than his fastest time so far. So currently, now the session is being checkered flagged. So it's only those who are on there. So currently Toddster's looking good for the pole. Banana Josh remains 5th.
Oh, and Zeppy's gone quite wide there.
Zeppy and Plevs are all on their in laps now. LJB's into the pit, so he's done.
So, your pole position winner, unless
40
the McLaren
on a lap.
Unless the McLaren of 42.2 can have anything to say about it, do anything about it. Whatever the...
No, he's not on a lap, he's way down there. So there we go, folks. Toddster, your pole winner for this round. First time pole sitter Toddster. Well done to him. With a 17.4.
And he's just improved his time.
And he has just improved his time.
Wow.
But he knocked off another
42.2's just gone second.
And 42.2?
Wow.
Where'd that time come from? We weren't watching that. We thought his sector time seemed to be way down there as he was going up the main straights. That's why I didn't follow it. But anyway, he does improve.
And Spilly's just gone 8th as well.
And Spilly gets up to 8th spot.
Wow,
so a couple of late flourishes there towards the end. But again, congratulations to Toddster. Fantastic result there for him. 42.2 will start alongside him on the grid. And yeah, wow, that was an interesting session, that one. The rain definitely seemed to play a factor, especially early on. The track was a bit slippery, but it seemed to improve as the session went on. Maybe a bit of heat put in there from the tyres. Cars going around sort of just improved the track condition a little bit, but drivers found where the grip was, so well done to those guys. Good qualifying session. And so there are your results, qualifying results there. Toddster and 40. Front row. The second row is LJB and Plevs. Your third row, Zeppy and Banana Josh. James, Spilly, Rock and Lepovic make up your top 10. So those intermediate tyres didn't seem to do much good initially. poor at all to start with, and yeah, everyone. I believe will be starting. It looks like, well, Spilly actually said his time, the 8th fastest time, on a medium tyres. So, depending on what the weather is at the start of this race, we'll see what happens as to the starting tyres.
Yeah, so the weather, yeah, as the Stobart was saying, the weather did seem to play a bit of a factor in the start of qualifying. Sorry, and kind of settled down halfway through qualifying, and that's where we saw a lot of the late flourishes of times come in. We're just waiting for the drivers now to set their pit strategies and
Waiting
just
for the drivers
make
now
and yeah, just making their final changes to the cars, and we are just waiting on the race to start.
So it looks like Spilly's put himself in a pretty interesting position, being the only car to start on not the soft tyres. So well done to him with a top 8 time on those medium tyres. So he managed to at least switch them on a little bit towards the end of the session there. And so look out for him, as he'll be able to go a little bit deeper further into the race. Anyway, here we are, race start. Coming up, formation lap. So, we have a couple of your championship contenders starting right behind each other in LJB and Plebs. James a bit further back than he probably wanted to be, in 6th spot. Last week's race winner, so be interesting to see if he can come back through the field and pick up some extra points. So of course one of these guys will be looking to get those extra 7 points that you get over and above 2nd spot to try and break free from the pack points. And so it looks like we do have obviously we do have the dry race, as everyone is on their starting tyres.
So who do you think's got the best chance of taking the race win today?
Well, I think it's going to be a mixed bag. We could have anybody win this race, but they've all seemed to have pace, and they've all seemed to, you know, find it at the right time. So it's just a matter of who can manage it better and not make any mistakes. If they can all get through turn 1 and 2 cleanly, well, it's on for the young and old, I reckon.
I reckon it's going to be close between the top 3 drivers. We'll just have to wait and see. As Stewart was saying, it's anyone's ball game. There's drivers lining up now. These drivers got the chance to get some pretty decent points and close the gap.
Okay, looks like we have green flag.
Here we go. Here we go.
For the lights.
5 lights. 4 lights, 6 lights, 7 lights.
5 lights, and
here
we are away!
We go for the Canadian Grand Prix.
Tosso gets a good start. LJB
Plebs
right behind.
looking to hold on to the 3rd spot.
Plebs there tries to squeeze Zeppy out.
So
Plebs moves back down into 4th. A bit of action down the bottom there as a couple of spots change hands. It looks like mainly everyone seems to have gotten away pretty cleanly.
Top 2 stay the same. Zeppy moves up to the 3rd, overtaking Plebs in the 1st corner.
Plebs did try to squeeze him out there a little bit, coming around at the exit of turn 1, entry into turn 2, but wasn't quite able to get it done. And he did lose the spot. So 40 now up in the 5th. He's right on the, looking to get on the gearbox of Plebs.
It seems to have something has happened here, but 42 did qualify 2nd. My bad, maybe he didn't.
LJB was in 2nd. I believe actually 40 did qualify second. He may have had a penalty. That's probably why he got dropped back. I can't remember the result. It's only 5 seconds ago and I still can't remember it. Anyway, let's just concentrate on the race now. I think we should give a big congratulations to Plevs actually, who managed to get past lap 1 and has pretty much maintained his position bar 1, but he's not at the back of the field like he's found himself in the last 3 or 4 rounds. Okay, so
I'd just like to take a moment here and last race, obviously during the weekend of the last race, F1 did lose F1 Hubert, so this race is dedicated to him. So
we do race in memory of Antoine, who did tragically lose his life in that F2 race at Spa. I'm sure all the drivers will be happy to dedicate their race to him.
So, at the end of lap 2 onto lap 3, your top 3 stay the same.
Now, interesting thing here, but Todster has just posted the fastest lap, being it's only lap 3, but he is actually 6 seconds faster, 5 seconds faster than his pole time.
Oh.
And this is on full tank of fuel, so obviously the track condition is way much better than what it was during that qualifying session.
Yeah, it is. So,
Toss is doing a fantastic job at the moment. He's already broken DRS zone. And he's just running away with this one. 40 meanwhile, he's right up the back of Plebs now.
we're looking to try and get past the Urano of Plebs as soon as he possibly
we should
can.
have DRS, I believe, this lap. Yes, we do.
Here we go.
40 has DRS, but so does Plebs, and as does Zeppi.
So it's a slipstream for us right here.
Slipstream battle.
Indeed. So everyone's closed up now to say LJB.
Oh, jeez. 40 getting a little bit on the grass there.
Oh, someone's hit the wall in the back. Looks like
Might
Spilly.
have just been a bit of a graze there. Spilly up in the 7th spot already on his medium tyres, so let's keep an eye on Spilly.
Will be.
He may be coming through as the laps go through. Seems we do have actually a retirement there, Mars 360.
Something's happened to Mars.
It's already 3 laps down, so assuming there's a bit of a problem there, or retirement. Seem to have issues in qualifying as well. I don't think he actually set a time.
Anyway, so back to the slipstream fest.
So we'll have 3 cars all with DRS, all trying to tow each other along here. Zeppi trying to break that slipstream back to Plebs. And the McLaren right up the back of that Renault's gearbox. He got so close to the wall of champions. That was just millimetres in it, that one. That was millimetre perfect.
Oh, Banana Josh is retired.
Banana Josh is retired.
So what has happened to Banana Josh?
So was that a technical issue for Banana Josh? Or?
Hit the wall or something? So, yeah, that's back in sector 3. Blue flags as well. Being waved for a driver. But 42-2 seems to have dropped off the back of Plebs.
Small drop off there from 40. It's really zeroing in on the back of Zeppi now. He wants that to make that position back. He wants that 3rd spot back. Oh, and he's going to make a move down the outside here, down the inside I should say. And he's on the outside for the hairpin, so this could be interesting.
Oh, this is close stuff.
Still side by side.
Oh.
They're side by side still.
Has he got the move
Plebs
done?
with the better drive.
Yes, he has. What a
What
move.
a move. Round the outside of the hairpin.
And that's normally something you don't do. Oh, here we go, Zeppi.
Oh, he tries to move across there.
Oh, on the grass and
Oh my
everything.
goodness me.
This is giving 42-2 fantastic opportunity now to take P4 from Zeppi. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh my
Who was
lord.
that off the track there? That was Zeppi off the track completely before turn 1. allowed 40 through.
Yeah, crazy sequence
So
of corners.
I think Zeppi was trying to defend from 40 there, but just got it all a bit too wrong and ended up on the grass. And luckily, he only lost the one spot, no more than the one spot. So your top 5 is Todster still in the lead with LJB 1.5 seconds behind. Plevs now has moved up to that 3rd spot and he has zoomed in on LJB. Plevs is on a charge. He's going to make up for all his bad races in the last few rounds now. He wants to move up. So look out, here comes Plevs.
Ah. Oh dear.
Another good exit from the hairpin.
Here we go.
He's right in the back here. He's got the DRS. The LJB doesn't have the DRS.
And he's got it done. Well done. What a move.
Nicely done, smooth.
So from P3,
LJB knew that he couldn't really defend that too much.
Zeppi's got a 5-second time now. 5
Oh,
seconds.
Zeppi is into the pits and he's also got a penalty, as you say, Ben, for speeding as he entered the pits.
What tyres is he putting on? Looks like the hard, sorry.
So Zeppi looking to do a one-stop race on the hard tyres.
42 tuning out right on the back of Sir RJB. No.
Right now, Plevs is off after the leader, Todster, and he's already eaten into that lead. So Todster was 1.5 seconds ahead of LJB, and already Plevs has eaten, well, half a second in that gap. So, Huddy's tyres starting to go off, but Plevs seems to...
Plevs is on a charge at the moment.
He is on a charge right now. And we've got 40 now closing in on LJB, so 40 also on a bit of a move up the field. Sort of ignoring the bottom half of the field right now, but there's a bit of action going on here up the front, so we'll concentrate on this for now. We've only got one pair of eyes, unfortunately.
Indeed we do, so
40 now, he'll have DRS, and again LJB, did LJB have it? I don't think he did.
no, he didn't. Plevs is great.
Okay,
Oh.
40 in the pits and LJB in the pits as well. So here we go, third and fourth pitting.
Are these tyres starting to go off sooner than they expected?
So he goes on to the mediums as 40. And LJB
And
is on the
Spilly.
mediums as well. Spilly has moved up in the 3rd spot.
But unfortunately he's just received a 30-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Oh dear, well that doesn't help his end result much. But
No, it doesn't, so
40 of Spilly come back out in 6th and 7th spot on a set of brand new medium tyres. Spilly, of course, started the race on the medium tyres, so let's see how far he can go into the race. But he's now up in the 3rd spot.
Plevs is really starting to eat into this gap. 6/10 away now.
6/10 away from Todster now.
He's really eating to the gap. Can Plevs take the win here for his first win in this season? Or in this series? 5/10 off now, 4/10. He's really into this gap. He'll be looking to make a move.
DRS snapshot,
No,
and
he's
they're
in
into
the
the
pits,
pits.
so
Here we
here
go,
we
both
go.
are into the pits now.
So it's all,
Okay, so it's a matter of do what the other one does.
it's all about pit stops now. Only a garage away from each other. Oh,
Good.
Plev
So,
on the mediums.
Plevs onto the mediums.
And so is
Todster onto the mediums as well.
he gets out first. It looks like it's Todster.
So, as you were, gentlemen. Where do they come out? And they come out. They should come out ahead. Whoa, well, here we go. Actually, Todster, 40
And so,
has jumped Plevs
yes.
in that round of pit stops.
So 40 is looking to make mount some offense to Todster. Plevs is already on the back of Sir LJB.
So LJB there, still just behind Plevs.
And he's gotten past.
Aussie subtract, whatever that is, hasn't pitted yet. He's still on those original soft tyres.
Has LJB made a pit stop yet?
Yeah, LJB pitted with Todster.
Rightio, because he's on to a another set of softs.
Pitted with
42-2, I believe it was.
that's Aussie's on the softs.
Okay.
LJB is on the mediums.
Rightio, my bad.
They're both in Mercedes. That's probably why you're a bit confused there.
Yes. So
So we have
yeah, so Aussie is in the pits now.
So I'm surprised there that 40 actually managed. So obviously managed to jump them in the pits, but the undercut definitely worked for him.
And he's also just posted the fastest lap of a 1:11 point something like that. But
now keep in mind the pole time was a 1:17.2,
so
so they're absolutely screaming around right now. So Plebs did drop off a fair bit that previous lap there. 2 seconds, so he followed, he was just behind Todster by only half a second, and now it's a good 2.5 seconds, 2.7 seconds behind Todster. Spilly meanwhile leads the race.
Spilly is yet to make a pit stop.
Of course, yet to make his stop.
And he's also got the 3-second time penalty looming over his head.
Okay, here we go, so maybe these medium tyres aren't working so great for Plevs, because he's got LJB all over his backside. 40 meanwhile, he's chasing down Todster. So everything's just settling down a little bit now. Starting to get the medium tyres working. It's Plebs, and he's found a little bit more pace now. He's back, starting to pull a bit away from LJB. Meanwhile, 40 all over the back of Todster. These two are catching Spilly, who again started on the medium tyres, so these guys are on 10 lap younger tyres, I should say. 40 again with the fastest lap.
So
40 looking quite good here.
And we'll be looking to try and get past Todster, so he will be in the effective lead of the race. At the moment, Todster's the effective leader.
They just cut another second out of Spilly's lead there. And just when I say Pleb seems to have got it all together, he's dropped back off a little bit again. Now, I think he's just concentrating on fighting off LJB here. And you've got James not far behind these two either, in 6th position. Let's not forget about him, last week's winner. So OJB with a DRS now, not for Plevs, but he manages to hold him off. Just wasn't quite close enough.
James puts in the fastest lap of a 1:11.6.
Wow.
On the medium tyres.
So Plevs definitely struggling on the mediums as he's falling back behind 40. Now the gap 3 seconds now, so do we have a bit of a Plevs train here? We've got LJB and James behind. Oh, different, totally different lines there through the chicane. See, one was tight, one was not. Don't know if that was fully intentional.
Where's that now? It's on the chase for 42-2.
So here we go, Todster now onto Spilly, and he's going to get this move done, and he goes back into the lead of the race. And 40 on the outside. Oh my goodness.
He's had to come across the chicane. But no penalty there. He's looking to go around the outside.
That's an interesting line there. He did cut the 40 did cut the final chicane.
And it did look like he did gain an advantage,
So did he get a better exit, which allowed him to go past Spilly there, so that may get looked at.
And LJB's just been given a 3-second time.
Oh, LJB with a warning as well, so Leprovic has left the session as well. Well, we've lost another one.
It was lost about 2 to 3.
Kaiser as well,
Yeah.
so this is oh my goodness, so we're losing people left, right and centre here. We're down to 11 runners. Rock also with a penalty.
At this rate, everyone's going to get a penalty.
So it's going to be another one of those Australia type races where everyone's got a time penalty and it's not going to be over until they cross the line.
So it's going to end up being like Monza was. No, sorry. The Italian Grand Prix was, where half the field got penalties.
So we have LJB now gets the move done on Plebs.
40's just been given a 3-second time penalty as well.
Well, that was not unexpected given he did cut that chicane. So guys really pushing the limits on their track limits, so to speak, and this is Tier 1 of the Pacific Series, so they are pushing pretty hard. Because in this series the corner cutting rules are set to strict.
So even
Really got to be careful about where you put your car.
even just half the car over the painted white curve.
LGB's all over the back of Spilly here.
Oh,
Spilly's cut the chicane there.
chicane.
He does re-enter the track on the right side of that bollard, so he's done all right there.
Oh, that's
Close
close.
down the inside,
He's pushed him off.
and James wants a bit of the action as well.
So, will Stewart's be having a look at that?
I think he was all right. I don't think there was too much contact, if any. But yes, Billy loses 3 positions
In one
in half a
corner.
lap.
So, that is definitely not the way
But
Spilly...
he did start, and he's
And
got
he
into the
did-
pit.
yeah,
so okay, where does he go now? Are the medium tyres not lasting as long as they thought? Oh, 3 wide down the main straight, and James has come out of nowhere, and he's going to see this done. He is. What a move from James. Up in the 3rd spot there. 3 wide into turn 1, and it all sticks.
And it just shows the respect that these drivers have for each other, giving all 3 drivers the amount of room, like the room that they got. It just shows the respect between them. Anyways,
Well, so if Spilly, he's diving to pits at the end of lap 15 there for fresh tyres.
so at the moment, it looks like
He's come back out, and he's only in 6th spot, so he's managed to stay up there in the spots.
at the
But
moment,
he's a bit behind. Sorry, Ben.
no, so good. So at the moment, the top 2 have gotten time penalties. So if they can catch up to the top 2 at this point in time, James will take his 2nd win of the series.
Well, he's got to get up there first. He's still 4.5 seconds behind 40 in 2nd spot. So he's at this stage he's on the final step of the podium, but that's not the winner's spot. Again, the penalties keep coming, so I'm thinking we've got people jumping curbs pretty severely.
And that is true. So at this point, LJB has, I think he's gained 2 time penalties, so he's up to about 6 seconds now worth of time penalties. But yeah, it's not over till they all cross the finish line. So we'll just have to wait and see.
So we're almost halfway through this race now, and the action is still coming thick and fast.
Yes, it is indeed.
Of course, we don't have, if you've joined us a bit later, at the start, because Amazing are not racing tonight due to a 1 race ban handed to him from an incident that happened last week at Monaco. And again, he actually failed to score points in that race as well. And of of course, not be scoring any points here, courtesy of not racing. But anyway, it's opened the door for somebody else, and at the moment, that somebody else is Todster. In the lead now, closely followed by 40. We've got some fantastic action for the final podium spot here. James and Plevs, LJB not too far behind.
Yeah, joined us late. Todster took his first pole position of the series, so he'll be looking to convert that into a win here tonight. But anyways,
we've got 40 now making a move on Todster, and I think he's going to get this one done. He does. Down into the chicane. Well done by 40, and he does have that DRS for the second part of the straight, the main straight. Pulls a second. So
already.
He's got a fantastic exit out of that chicane compared to Todster. Pulled a second on him in the space of one corner, 2 corners.
And 42.2 at the moment is looking fairly good on the medium tyres, so the McLaren is working for the medium tyres.
40 sitting in 4th spot in the championship, so this will help him definitely move up the order a little bit.
Indeed it will.
That being said, James has narrowed the gap a little. Oh, and that was awful, was over the line there. So basically this is not going to come down to who crosses the line, I don't think. This is going to come down to who has the least penalties. Because I think just about everyone has gotten one so far. So, yeah, in your top 6, yeah, so Spilly, as we mentioned, 6th spot after his second pit stop, he did for the hards, and James is pitted as well.
Wow,
so another stop from James, so this is interesting, another 2-stop strategy at play here. He goes back onto another set of medium tyres, so this is interesting. He did seem to have a bit of pace there on 40 and Todster, so I'm not too sure what he's thinking there, but maybe they just weren't right for him.
And maybe, and by the looks of it, Spilly has gone to the hard tyres.
Yeah, so yes. Sorry about that. As I was saying, yeah, Spilly onto the hard tyres for that second stop. He's looking to go to the end of the race, obviously. But James now, so this is going to be interesting to see. Does he have enough laps? He's, well, 13 seconds behind 4th now. There's only 15 laps remaining. He has extended his gap a little, now up to 1.6 seconds. Hitting the DRS, that was interesting. There must have been a bit of lap traffic there. Otherwise he wouldn't have had that. Allowed him to extend a little bit. Plebs has moved up into his starting position in the 3rd spot, 2 seconds behind, and now we've got LJB into the pits as well.
So everyone's going for a 2-stop strategy.
So we've got a 2-stop strategy happening here from most of the runners so far. He goes back onto another set of mediums. And Spilly not quite there just to pick up that spot. So James now up in the 4th spot. And as I was saying, Plev's in the 3rd. And he is 1.5 seconds behind Todster, who's 1 and a little bit more seconds behind 40 in the lead now.
At the moment, looks like Plebs is in for a very good chance of winning the race. And looks
so
like
it looks like 40's into the pits,
and
as
Plebs
is
as
Todster
well.
and Plebs. So here we go, we've got the top 3 all into the pits at once.
So this is going to be very tight.
They're all looking to not let any of them have a bit of advantage, but is the undercut going to work for James here? This will be interesting. He's been on these tyres now for a couple of laps, I think. I think he's actually going to get past these lot. How far up does he get ahead of the others?
And James is also just putting the fastest lap as well. And yes.
So he's
oh
off.
no, he hasn't.
He's come out ahead of Todster and Plebs.
But not
Not
40.
quite 40. So here we go. 40 on the new tyres. James has got his up to temperature already, and he's got the pace running. And just set the fastest lap of the race. So he's setting off after 40 now. There's not that much difference in tyre age. Yeah, so let's see what is going to happen, because it's not over now, folks.
No, it's not. So James is on 2 lap harder tyres than older tyres. Sorry, 2 lap older tyres than the top 3, 40, Todster and Plebs. So James will have to defend with his life to try and keep that second position.
So he needs to try and firstly break the DRS back to Todster. So that's going to be a not so easy task, as Todster now is going to come down under brakes. Not quite close enough.
Oh, Plebs has got a 3-second time penalty as well.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh,
so the
no.
penalty's coming thick and fast. So I don't know if there's anyone out there that has not yet got a penalty.
And James just set the fastest lap.
James again,
so
another fastest lap.
this has not gone well for the top 4, apart from James. Everyone in the top 4, apart from James, as I was saying, has been given a time penalty.
James may have actually been given a penalty. I'm not
so
sure.
we'll have to wait and see.
Can't really remember, but as you can see, they're really jumping those curbs, and I think that's causing them to get to the warnings and the penalties. A few others back down the field into the pits now. They pass one of the cars that has quitted. Is it a work quitted? Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways.
Zeppi has gone all the way back down to 9th. Zeppi was up there a little bit at the start of the race, but he's fallen back down to 9th now. Tonki in 8th, Suscus in 7th. So you've got a bit of a gap, the top 6 all within a relatively small period, small time frame, about 10 seconds. 10 and 12 seconds. And then you've got a big gap back to Suscus and the rest of the field. Down the inside now goes Todster on James. There's a bit of contact there. Who's going to come out of this? Todster's got the inside running. James has got a better drive out the outside. I think he's going to have to let this one go. He does think better of it and lets Todster go. But of course that's now plays into the wall. Oh my goodness.
Oh, James has gone wide.
Plays right into the wall there. I'm surprised he's still able to keep going. Both cars do have... Oh my goodness. Doesn't look like there's any damage, so it looks like they're continuing on.
So this race is throwing absolutely everything at us here tonight.
So that all started when Todster, of course, made his move there in turn 1 on James. James tried to hang on through 3 and 4, I believe, and which he had to back out of it to save running off the track there, and then of course that brought Plebs into play, and he wasn't going to give that one up as well.
There's some defensive driving from every driver here, trying to keep their position. Plebs has dropped off the back of James at the moment. We'll be looking to try and regain his position. Trying to grab another podium for Renault.
Okay, so James now 2 seconds off the back of Todster. Can he get back up there? 10 laps remaining in this race. They've all done their second pit stop. Just dropping back a bit off James now. Meanwhile, Fordy's managed to extend his gap out to 2.5 seconds. He's letting the people behind him fight it out. And he just can, nose down, plug away, keep it clean.
That's all you can do in these situations, is just run your race by yourself. Try not get caught up in any confrontations with any other drivers, any incidents.
Zeppi on El Tonki there for 8th position. Just Suskas. Yeah, a couple of seconds up the road. So it looks like everyone's taking a bit of a breather, taking a bit of a deep breath, refocusing their energies. Have a bit of a think. Settle down a bit. The adrenaline flow. Try and pick their point for the next attack.
And don't forget, this is Tier 1, the best of the best. As you can see right now with the style of driving, no one's giving an inch. James has just been handed a 3-second time penalty.
Well, there you go, that confirms that at least everyone's got a penalty.
So whether or not that's his second or first,
we'll be waiting to see the end result of those penalties because the gaps aren't all that big. Everyone's within a penalty of each other, so who knows what's going to happen. Zeppi now, he's pretty close to Suskas now, he's looking to move up another spot and could be ahead of the second train of cars. He's going to make a move, no, he doesn't, he's better of it. Suskas on the hard tyres, he's looking obviously to go to the end of the race on those tyres which he would have pitted on to earlier. Zeppi just dives down the inside, nice and neat. Well done to him.
don't forget everyone's made two pit stops.
LJB in 5th spot, you'd be a bit disappointed with that. Of course he is one of the equal second championship position holders.
That is
with James and Plebs. So we have your equal second championship positions in 3rd, 4th and 5th spot on the track right now. And 40, who's not that far behind in 4th, or 5th or 6th or whatever you want to call it, currently leading the race by a good 2.5 seconds, so he's doing very well for his championship credentials.
So this will give everyone, especially the 3 guys fighting for second, a massive haul of championship points.
So it looks like gaps now are starting to spread out as we head into the final phase of the race. 40 now, almost 3 seconds ahead of second. And that was a pit stopper. Spilly is pitting for soft tyres, so Spilly's had enough of those. And he did have a free pit stop basically in hand, so there's no harm in him doing so. He was well ahead of Zeppi in 7th spot, so he won't lose position by taking the pit stop. Let's see what sort of pace these brand new soft tyres will give him. LJB, as we mentioned, he's 13, nearly 14 seconds off the lead now. Cloves the further, he's 10 seconds behind the lead, so he'll be a little bit disappointed that he hasn't been able to convert the pace that he had on the soft tyres on these mediums, so it'd be very interesting. See a cracking pace on the soft tyres. There's a good 5 seconds now off James, so could be nursing a little bit of damage from that slap on the wall, but not too sure. Damage is set to sort of restricted or minimal, whatever it's called on the settings. So James now in 3rd.
With about 5 laps to go of the Grand Prix. 42-2's in a very good position to win.
So if they want to start mounting challenges, they've got to start thinking about it because the gaps are getting pretty wide, especially these top three. Don't think we're going to see much more from the 4th and 5th at the moment, to be honest.
No, but don't forget, time penalties do have to be added up.
Well, that's the thing. Who knows what's going to happen with the time penalties?
And someone who we never expect to win could have a fantastic chance of actually winning. But we'll just have to wait and see. When time penalties are added up and everything.
So 40 is your current fastest lap of 111.1, which now goes to Philly, of course, being on the new soft tyres with a 110.9.
Whoa! What a
That
time
was-
for Spilly.
That was coming. That was certainly coming. Obviously, low fuel, new soft tyres. So, can Toddster get up to 40? Can James get up to Toddster? That is the question.
That is the massive question.
Because
Only
at this current result, as the stands, 40 will jump up in the second spot in the championship. Well clear of James. And again, the time penalties keep being handed out left, right and centre here. As people start struggling.
tires
Fatigue
start.
sets in. Concentration starts the laps. And we're down to the final
2 laps of the goal.
3.5 laps. What a race for 40-22 though. He's done very, very well.
Indeed he
Come
has.
from nowhere on the grid. Set the second fastest time, but started a bit further down the grid, I think due to a penalty of some sort.
We'll have to look into that.
So he's fought his way back and is currently leading the race with only 3 laps remaining. A nice solid gap back to Toddster. Got to mention Toddster once again, fantastic drive from him. Gaining his first pole position for the race.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Unfortunately, the race hasn't gone his way. But
40's just been too quick for him.
we've had many different lead changes, many different drivers who had the opportunity to win.
I'm sure this guy, last week's race winner, wanted to be 1 or 2 positions further up as well, but he did qualify back down the lower half of the 10.
Indeed, so
Managed to get himself up to 3rd so far.
2 and a bit laps remaining now.
Just no one just seems to have an answer for anyone else's pace right now. They're all sort of outpacing each other. Not able to close the gap much.
That is correct.
Only 2 laps remaining. Closing 4th spot, not having to fight his way back through the grid like he's had to the previous 3 rounds after early lap incidents. 40 our race leader again with another penalty, so it's going to be so hard to call the winner before we know the result. So yeah, saying Plebs, not able to fight through the pack like he's had to. Get back up to a reasonable point scoring position. As Plebs now starts the final lap here at the Canadian Grand Prix.
Indeed. So, who will win it? That is the question.
He comes now down through the back section of the circuit for the final time. He's built himself a fantastic lead, almost 4 seconds. Just seems to be going faster and faster. Well, he's just got pace over everybody right now. No one's been able to catch him. Down through the hairpin. Now down the back straight for the final time.
So, he's got a 4-second gap, but I'm pretty sure he's accumulated 2 time penalties.
He's got at least 1, possibly 2.
So, here we go. Who is going to take it? That is the question.
Here he goes through the chicane.
Your provisional race winner is 42-2.
40 takes the win, provisionally. And Todster follows in second.
Yes.
And closely followed then by James. Well, no, Todster has moved ahead of 40.
So Todster is your provisional
Well,
race winner.
provisionally Todster's your winner until we see what happens when Plebs crosses the line. He stays where he is.
So Plebs. So
Wow.
Todster is your race
Todster
winner.
takes the win as for having less penalties. Looks like by 1.3 seconds. So Todster had 1 penalty and 40 had 2 by looks of it.
So,
well, there you go, folks. We knew penalties were going to play a part.
and they certainly have.
Certainly did. So Todster takes the win over 40.
And-
This is a result.
And his maiden career win in this series.
I'm sure he would have liked to have taken the win by crossing the line first. But there you go.
So,
Wow.
I'm pretty sure he's pumped right now for his first race win in the series. So
So he's
congratulations,
taken his first pole and he's converted that into a win.
congratulations to 42-2. Sorry, Todster. My bad. Todster
There you
99
go.
on his first race win in the series.
But 40 obviously was pushing. He knew he had those penalties and he was trying to get that gap out as much as he could, but he couldn't get it out quite far enough.
So there's your podium, people. Todster in first. And
So first pole and first win of the season for Todster.
so, congratulations to him and the Racing Point team. They gave him the car to win, and he certainly has done that. They gave him the pole position car, and they've also given him the race winning car, and he's converted it beautifully. So, congratulations to Todster, 42-2, and James, your top 3 and your podium. So, congratulations to them.
Yeah, so as you can see, there, we got penalties galore. So 40 actually with 3 penalties, and Todster with only 1. So that's where the time went. The rest of the field's pretty much staying where they were, but just the penalties affecting the top 2 runners. And well, there you go. Well, that's it for another round.
Just before we go, as tradition, who's your driver of the day?
Well, there was so much action going on, I couldn't really concentrate on who was the best, but they've all put in a pretty good effort. I think some of them, well, 40 at least, will be kicking himself on those penalties, but anyway, that's what you get. You have to drive within those limits.
Indeed.
But anyway, I think that'll do us for this week. So again, join us next week for round 8.
Yes.
And we shall see you then. Anyway, for now, this is Race Spec Esports Pacific Series. And this is Turbo from raceonos.com. Thanks again for joining us, Ben.
Thank you for having me. Signing off for now. Catch you all next week.
See you later.
Bye now.